Hello, everybody. How are you today? I already had a couple people in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and say hi to people who are in the chat. Shannon at SD Houston, aka SD Houston, came in early, saying hi. Already made friends with the like button. Thank you very much, Shannon. Catch you later. Let's see. Oh, somehow that went twice. I can delete that anyway. Emmeline Strange is here. Hello, says morning friends. Awesome. Plumstone, hello. I think you've been to my streams before, possibly. Good morning and hello, or good day, whatever time it is where you are. So now that I'm already caught up with the chat, if you are new here, my name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I am a writer, editor, and artist. And what ties all three of those things together is my love of fantasy and science fiction. So let's see. In terms of being a writer, over the last several years or so, my focus has been on creative writing, and sort of my life has done a 180 in that way, because I before that I was primarily a nonfiction writer. Did that for quite some time. Did some freelancing essentially. But anyway, so let's see. At any rate, my current work in progress, in terms of creative writing, is a women's fantasy novel, which has elements of YA fantasy and epic fantasy, and all of that's on a mythology base, story-wise. So let's see. So there's also a little bit of mystery involved. So the idea for this came to me as I was doing research on the nationality of my maiden name. Right now the title is A Tree of Annwn, and that is spelled ANNWN. So without divulging too much else, because it does have mystery involved. I don't want to spoiler too much of it. So let's see. As an editor, I'm a freelance line editor, copy editor, and proofreader. I also do sensitivity and authenticity reading. So most of the experiences I read for are neurodivergence, because I am neurodivergent, as well as I have an adult son who is well. Other experiences would be I'm a Gen Xer, and I also have a lot of lived experiences that I feel like I could read for. So let's see. And then as an artist, I personally love using water-based media like watercolor and gouache and watercolor inks. And if you haven't been here before, the art you see around me is actually my own personal art that I made with various strengths of watercolor paint and sprayed on water. And I used a gel press. I put all of that on a gel press, and then I used watercolor paper and smoothed that over it, peeled it off, and that's what I got. And you never know what you're going to get. So I really enjoy doing that. I find it very relaxing. So that's kind of my downtime thing. That said, I have had an Etsy shop. I'm in the process of taking care of a few things in regards to selling my art again. That I also will be at at least one in-person event where I'm going to be selling it, and that's called Necronomicon Tampa. And looks like it's official. I'm also speaking at Necronomicon Tampa in September. So yeah, they have an art show, and I've been selling my art there for several years now. So that's always a fun time. And so I've got a friend who might be coming down again and participating with me. So anyway, all of that said, yeah, there's another project I want to talk about, but I can wait on that because I wanted to say hi to Layla, hello, and also a Jane Kayla. Hello, please, if you want me to, if you would like to let me know how to pronounce any parts of your names that you don't want me to mispronounce, just let me know. Everybody. Also, Devin Gambrel Clark is here, says hello, how are you? We're going to be getting started in just a little bit. Wow, it's only 7 after. I think I did pretty good that time. Didn't really go over time for that. How is everyone this morning? What what would you like to work on? And all that. What am I going to work on? Personally, I think I'm going to be doing some morning pages, at least for a little bit. And then if I find myself struggling, I will change up to change projects. And I do have my novel writing notebook in front of me. So we'll see how it goes. Also, we have a Stacy and Steph. Hi, Heather. Just found you from Shannon and subscribed. Glad you host Prince too, like I do. Oh, awesome. Hi and welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Getting really close to 475 subscribers. Once I get to 500, there are monetization things that can happen. So thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Let's see. Devin is going to be working on chapter 11 of book 2. This chapter is kicking my butt with revisions. Yeah, revisions can be tough. I get it. I get it completely. So let's see. Emmeline Strange, working on my monster lover short. Trying to up the vibes of horror and dread in these intro pages. I've named my monster character. His name is Moat. Oh, interesting. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Like a moat of dust? Interesting. I think I remember hearing about this. But one moment. Let me get. Sorry. An ounce of prevention, right? So I also have my iPad ready to go. Let me turn on my candle because I think I'm going to be in writer mode for a little bit. I'm very sorry for my squeaky old chair. Yeah, exactly like a dust moat. Gotcha. Oh yes. He lives under the bed. Yeah, I remember this now. I just find that so clever. That's very cool. So let's see. It is 10 after, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my timer since I don't have it ready. Apologies. Let's see. So, for anybody new, I do love using classic Pomodoro 25-minute sprints. However, for my second sprint, I've been doing either 30 minutes or 40 minutes. This seems to be a recurring thing. This has been going on for at least, I don't know, maybe about 6 weeks now. I've been doing this, something like that. Yeah, during the first sprint or just after, please let me know what you would like, either 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Let's see. Just doing a little bit more background things. There we go. Whatever you want to call it. So yeah. Housekeeping things. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. So we can get prepared. I'll give us a few more minutes. If you are curious about this other project I wanted to talk about, maybe what I will do is after the first sprint, I'll go ahead and talk about it because it's something that I want to work on. What I might do is set aside at least one of my own sprints to work on it while I'm streaming this week. Sorry, there's a hair in my eye. And then I have plans to set aside time for this particular project anyway. So this is essentially, it's a nonfiction project. So let's see. I think if there's anything else I was going to mention before we got started. I do like to start at about quarter after, somewhere about that, so we have lots of time to sprint. Let's see. I can't think of anything else. So, yeah, again, if there's anything you want to mention before we get started, please feel free. Of course, you don't have to. But again, what is it? Setting your intention about what you are working on can be very helpful. Visually, like that. Let's see. So yes, I'm going to do some morning pages. At least one. At least one this morning. Sometimes I have to stop and continue later. And that's fine. Okay, well, it is quarter after. Please remember, do whatever you need to do for yourself, everybody. If you need to, before you start working, if you need to and are able, getting up and walking around is very helpful. Getting a drink of water. Please do whatever you need to do for yourself, everybody. Stretching is good. Okay, let's go ahead and get it started. Let's get this first sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. So what did everybody do? I wrote most of a page of morning pages, and I got interrupted with something I needed to take care of, and I also had to step away. So yeah, so that's what I did. How did everybody else do? Also, a bunch of the more people came in, like Self Pub with Andy came by to say hi and hug that like button. Thank you very much. Oh, at least you're not, smashing it or throwing things at it, or should I say, chucking things at it. Says, hope you're well. I am. Thank you very much. Doing good today. Also, Emma Bennett came in with Andy. Says hi, like button booped. Thank you very much. Hi, Emma. Yeah, and like and subscribe. Thanks. Also, Diane Dobson Barton came in. Hello. How are you? How are you doing? I hope you are good. Lots of people saying hi. Miss K Parquet came in. Hello. How are you? Everybody saying hi to each other. So yes, Emma is usually on Self Pub with Andy's channel for his Wednesday streams. Let's see. Apparently, Kay just got back from getting pampered nails done, so ready to sit down and really get started with things. Awesome. So I do not know how this went twice. Well, I didn't see it. So and then I retracted the I was going to say the post comment. So I don't know. Maybe that did go. The first one must have worked. So I'll remove that momentarily. So yeah, I said thanks so much and nice to see some Brits in here. But apparently, Andy is now also Canadian. It's very interesting. Yeah, I'm a little bit. I have not been in Emma and Andy's streams lately. I'll have to do that as soon as I can. I will have to write that in my planner, in my business planner. That you. What time is your stream? If you're still in, what time is your stream on Wednesdays? But they had to go lunch, or at least Andy did to have lunch. Yeah, it is 11:44 here in Florida, sunny Florida. It's pretty sunny today. Oh, Diane's doing morning pages too. I love it. They're just so great. Plumstone, I love when past me leaves notes for future me saying to fix, but I don't know what I wanted future me to fix. It's a mystery. Oh no. Oh no, when they're vague because you're just scribbling it down and you're like, what is this about? I get this. Hey, Eva. Just Eva's here. Hello. How are you doing? What's going on? So yeah. I've had, like I was saying earlier, I've had lots of stuff going on lately. Oh my goodness. So that startled me a little bit. Let's just try to ignore that. Now, actually, let me just go ahead and pause that. Please let me know, what would you like, 30 minutes or 40 minutes for the second sprint? And then we'll go from there. How are you doing, Eva? Seeing your name, Eva, reminds me of some things we had talked about in the past, like, like short stories. that just kind of went by the wayside for me. But I would like to publish that one short story. But I always have ideas for stories, always. I had a really interesting dream last night. Jane Kayla, I rewrote a short scene because the original made no sense. That is fine. Just don't let, like, because I've done that to the point where I lose momentum, though. It happens to everybody. Then some rewriting is fine for me as long as I am in the frame of mind that I remind myself to keep moving, to keep going, keep writing. Yeah, because I've been there, done that. Oh, Stacey B, hi. Yes, I'm trying to figure out one of these right now. Emmeline also responded, past me is always leaving genius notes for present me. Past me is not a genius. Oh, here we go. Emmeline Strange got 179 words. That's great. Trying to decide how long I can keep Oswald from figuring out this hotel is haunted AF before the readers start to think he's a huge idiot. Yeah, there's a line there, isn't it? Justina says, Eva, it's the first Tuesday of summer break already where you are. So the kiddo and I are hanging out. I'm trying to work on a business plan for my daughter and also prepare for a road trip to see her with the kiddo soon. Awesome. Road trips are fun, especially to visit family. Sounds like I might be doing that. The first weekend of September, mixed with something else. So, anyway, Kay says, according to the Authortube playlist, Self-Pub with Andy is at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Thank you very much for getting that bit of information because I've been a little busy. So again, please let me know 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and I will set the timer for our second spread. And EST. 4 p.m. on Wednesday Eastern Standard Time. Alexis Devon Taylor, hello. I'm currently training a chat GPT to be my dark romance writing partner as an experiment. Yeah, it made me jump just a little bit, even though it's my own timer. Yeah. Okay, Eva says 40. I have to fit in some lunchtime and some work. It's right. It's only May, and I only have seems like a million projects. But oh yeah. Which reminds me, I wanted to talk about this project that I definitely want to finish within the next. Let's see. What did I say? What was the deadline I gave myself for my? Let's see. So let's see. Let me find it. Okay, so this project is called the Fairy Style Guide and Glossary. So this is just what it sounds like. It's a style guide specifically for, as you can imagine, fairies and the world of the fairy. So I got this idea quite a while back, and then when I saw somebody in a group I was in, to do something here. I was in a group where one of the groups that I'm in an admin for, and they had put in a link to their basically it's like a magnet. And and it was all about death and dying, because it has something to do with um, their job. And so I said, oh, I literally just had this idea, but with another spin on it. And I was talking to her about it back and forth, and and anyway, I've gotten some really good feedback about it. So I have gotten some work done on this already. I've been kind of going back and forth, basically been working on it in small chunks for since then. But I think that because this is essentially going to be um, um, fairy races and fairy creatures, looking at it, I realize that there are so many kinds all over the world of these sorts of things. Fairies in folklore and mythology, literally all over the world. And so to narrow things down, these are specifically going to be um, um, things that are of the UK, essentially, or the whole of all of the UK, and all that. So I basically, all of those aisles, essentially. I'm saying it wrong, but I think you know what I mean. So um, so anyway, so I'm essentially is going to be PDF and ebook, at least at first. But also hoping to have paperback as well available. I'm still working out some things, but I have, again, I was talked about this earlier. I have plans to work on this as much as I possibly can. So there's that. So if I can have a sort of launch in and around early August, that would be great. So yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm talking. And I'll go ahead and set us up for 40 minutes while I'm getting a drink and muting myself momentarily. Okay. Also, let's see. I'm sorry, I missed a couple things. Let me get a couple of more comments, and then we'll get started on the second sprint. Excuse me. Alexa Devon Taylor, hello. It says, I am working on the fourth scene of my Act 1 in the next sprint. Awesome. And your final day was May 17th. My son's last day will be next Wednesday. So yeah, he'll be off Monday, and then he'll have two school days after that, but whatever. And Kate M says, good morning, just got here and at work to catch up on my word count. Awesome. Another group vote for 40. And Kate M says the Fae make me nervous. Well, you know, uh, in a lot of lore, the Fae are, let's just say they're changeable, right? And they can be kind one minute and not the other. So yeah, there's a lot of folklore and and then especially British folklore. There's a lot of it, and there's a lot of stories, and obviously there's some of the most famous fairies there are. So anyway, that's my focus for that. So 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 that said, I want to finish my first page, and but oh, I know what I started to say. I started to say because there are essentially real fairies or folklore based fairies in my novel. Fairies and other things. It is mythology based, a mythology based story. So it's got mythology and folklore essentially of this particular country. So at any rate, so yeah, I will finish my page at least, and then I'll probably go ahead and move on to as soon as I can to getting into some documents. I'll make a final decision, I guess, during this next sprint, because why not, right? Okay. Please remember to do whatever you need to do for yourself, everybody. If you are able and need to, walking around is very beneficial for lots of things, including focus and health and all of that. If you are going to be sitting at a desk, remember to sit up straight in your chair. This is definitely something I need to do. Sometimes writers forget and all. So, at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get the next sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. All right. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? Adjust this slightly. There we go. I got to past the halfway mark in my morning pages. I was in DMs, and I also returned an email super quick. I also popped a bunch of things in the chat, so I guess that's not too bad. And said hi to some people that came into the chat. Let's see. So, yeah. Not too bad, I guess. I think I was about here. Kate M was telling me about Wicked Lovely. That sounds really familiar. But I will definitely make a note of that to put on my TBR list. So yes, it's funny that so it's evening there. So it is 12:41 my time here in Florida, USA, and it is evening in Finland. I love that there is so much so much technology that we can do this these days. It's really, really amazing to me. Still, so let's see. Okay. Yes, some things I popped into the chat includes this. If you have any questions about the editing services that I do, or if you would like to work with me, you can DM me to get started, and we will see if we are a good fit. So all of my social media are in my link tree, which is right there. I can also be found on Substack, which is linked as well in my link tree. But I went ahead and popped a specific post in the chat because last week's issue, last week's blog post of my Substack kept going with the series I've been having on differences and similarities between the editing, basically the steps in the book editing process. And so I've been going through them all. And the last, basically I've been, excuse me, might as well pick up my pen. I have been comparing comparing them. I can mostly, okay. So when I did the previous one, which was comparing line editing to copy editing, there are a lot of blurred lines, and there's a lot of confusion about it. And so I got a lot of great feedback about that post, and then I kept going. And so I just did one comparing copy editing and proofreading. And there, the lines are not so blurred. There are very different processes. So there's my Substack. Okay. And let's see, Devin, still here, says, I got my first 10 chapters loaded into Story Origin for beta reading. Great. Awesome. Also, Miss Inka York came in. Hello. Says, hey everyone, how are you? We're just going to ignore that for just a second. How are you? What are you doing? Speaking of international folks, Inka lives in UK. Let's see. So Other things are that I popped in the chat are all the things for the Heart Breathings community group on Facebook. So it's lovely being a part of this group. Let's see, I do have links if you would like to join the Facebook group. I also have a link to the complete schedule in the through the website. So there's that. Let's see, and after I'm done sprinting, there's something I have to do. I have a piece of admin I have to take care of, having to do with con I'm speaking at in September. Emmeline Strange, I had a really good one, 751 words. Holy cow. Oswald is on his third room at this haunted hotel and starting to realize something's up. It might be too late though. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. I just love your how this story is going. It's really great. Dark Engine says, hi everyone. Hello. I believe that you are new here. We're doing some working sprints, creative sprints. And I'm going to do a super quick wrap up sprint, probably about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. I might do that piece of admin I need to do during this last sprint. Let's see. Jane Kayla, I ate and now I will continue editing, rewriting. Awesome. Yeah, I have some of that to do myself. Alexa Devin Taylor, I have about 1,900 words on my orientation assembly scene for Alara's Alara's first day at Crown Word Academy. Okay, I'm just skipping that because I don't know what that is. Kate M, 221, the sprint. Awesome. Let's see. You have, okay. Alexis has a rough draft of that scene. Or did I already say that? That's interesting. Okay. Devin, I've got all the chapters loaded. Awesome. Now off to drop off the hubby's truck for new tires. Thanks for hosting and happy sprinting, everyone. Great job, Devin. Have fun dropping off the hubby's truck. Okay, super quick. Let's see, before we get our third sprint and final sprint started, excuse me, Inca York ConvertKit is doing 10K subscribers for free. Okay, so I've been watching their tutorials to figure out how different it is from MailerLite. Okay, 10K subscribers for free? Wow, interesting. So yeah. Cool. Maybe one of these days I will do a, for now I have Substack, but I have been thinking about having a different sort of newsletter. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Dark Engine says, I'm from Japan and a beginner to creative writing in English. If I may ask any writers here, something has me vexed about English. Go wild as you like. Seems to feel tense and harsh to me. Meanwhile, go as wild as you like seems smoother to me. It's not, I guess it may not necessarily be because it has 6 syllables as opposed to 5. It could be it's not as it's more of a suggestion almost. The second version. Go as wild as you like is, yeah, sounds more like of a suggestion as opposed to something you want the other person to do. There's that. So anyway, sorry about that. I got a reminder for an event I wanted to attend at 1 o'clock. So all right. Yeah, this as an editor, English, yeah, definitely has some weirdness with idioms. Depending on the context, you might want to try something like "go nuts," which means more like "do whatever you want." Okay, if that's what you're going for. The meaning is changed. You're welcome. Yeah, there's so much, English is such an, and I keep saying this, but English is such an amalgamation, a combination of most other languages in the world that is just kind of, it's interesting that all of the expressions can be confusing, I'm sure. Emmeline, I don't know that native speakers with natives. Okay, wait a minute. I don't know that. Let's see. Our language is as focused on syllable count in terms of harshness. Yeah, not necessarily. It depends. Go nuts can be sincere or sarcastic, yes, depending on how you have your character speaking or tone of voice. Okay, sorry. Right, and tone of, it depends on a lot of things like tone of voice. Yeah. Yeah, it's less syllable count and more of how they're saying it. Yes, I agree with Emily. I need to wrap things up here, so let's see. I'm gonna do 15 more minutes, I guess. And then because I do want to not go too much over my scheduled time, because that's not what I want to do. I do have somebody streaming for heart breathings not long after me, so we want to make sure there's a break in between. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get the next streamer, a link to the next streamer for heart breathings in the chat in just a second here. That'll be one thing I will also do during this last sprint. So. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. In a way, in terms of syllables, in when you have go as wild as you like, it does have that. I see what you're going for. Alrighty, we have so this it is amazing that you are trying to write creatively in a second language. It's very awesome. Totally agree. Okay, Em is ready. So let's go ahead and get this last sprint started. It is sprint number 3, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get this last sprint started, everybody. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? So yeah, I popped one more thing in the chat, and and I did work on that little thing I needed to do, a little piece of admin I needed to do. Essentially, I was trying to book a table, a writer's alley table for con, but I'm having trouble. Oops. Having trouble with that. So hopefully I can work that out. Other than that, that's it for me for today. As far as streaming, I wanted to thank everybody who came in. Everybody who might be watching the replay, thank you very much. Thank you to everyone. I am at I am now at 475 subs. Thank you so much to everybody for that. Let's see. We're having a conversation. A couple of people, Emmeline Strange and Dark Engine. I was going to say Dark Empire. Dark Engine and I were talking about cadence and speech in English and how interesting it is, and how I mean, honestly, Dark Engine, honestly, it can even vary from region to region how people speak, as in any country. And what one thing I thought of about that is it's not necessarily if you can look at a paragraph as a whole, you can look at rhythms and I'm sorry, excuse me, rhythms and flow and how the paragraph is structured. That's definitely a thing. If it's just prose and not poetry, and how things are constructed, there's a really and one other thing I wanted to say is how certain paragraphs are, when they're shorter, that tends to be where there's more happening. Say in an action scene, you're going to have shorter paragraphs because it's just quicker. It's a much quicker pace than a longer paragraph would read. So there's that too, stuff like that. In terms of phrasing, sometimes rhythm plays a part, but mostly it doesn't. So there's that. Let's see. But really interesting conversations going on about that. Layla said, thank you for sprinting. Had to duck out. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, here we go. Excuse me. Our own Diane Dobson Barton, that's the next streamer for Heart Breathings at 2 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me. Going back to look at the calendar. Then we have Jenna O'Malley at, making sure 6 p.m. This evening, and then Rhiannon, excuse me, at 9 p.m. And again, all of that's Eastern Standard Time. So, alrighty. Thank you very much for everybody who came in. Thanks again. Excuse me. Thank you for coming by. Thank you to anybody watching the replay. I can't think of anything else, so let's see. Thank you so much to Emmeline and Dark Engine and everybody who stopped by. Thank you for working with me, Diane. I will be swinging by soon. I think I better go because I'm allergies or something. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everybody. And oh yeah, I will be. So basically, I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you'd like to come by on Thursday, I am planning on streaming. So I will see everybody there.